Wolfpack Nation? We're so excited that you got to join us here on this episode. You found our YouTube channel here at Tuffy Talk. We're really excited today because today we get to interview one of the big commits for the 2023 NC State football recruiting class and four-star tight end Javonte Vereen. Javonte, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
I hear you, man. I'm really excited we get to interview you. We've been here at Tuffy Talk. I, in particular, really love following the recruiting side of things when it comes to sports. I've been doing that for the last few years. And, man, seeing you and your film and knowing you're a North Carolina guy, that's really been exciting to me. And so I kind of wanted to kind of start from the beginning of, your high school career and then kind of move along to your time to committing to NC State. So you're from Havelock and you play for Havelock. And to be honest with you, like I don't think a lot of Havelock guys have committed to NC State in a while. I feel like these are usually like a slant, a bias there as people think, oh, Havelock's usually going to one school or the other, but you commit NC State. And first off, I want to talk about everybody knows Havelock is a great football program, a high school football program. Can you talk about the culture there is at Havelock and how being coached there has made you into the player you are now?
Yeah, we got a lot of great coaches there. The culture there is family environment. Been like that for years. A dynasty, a winning dynasty at that. So everybody there is just a family. It's a family environment, stuff like that. So
yeah, and obviously you're being recruited to play tight end, but do you play other positions for Havelock, or are you strictly at tight end for them?
play tight end, receiver, linebacker, and safety. So.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
You drive the team bus too?
You got it.
Hey, so in your Twitter handle, you got juice in quotations. Is that something that someone gave you? Is juice because you bring the energy? What's up with that story?
A lot of reasons. That's been a childhood nickname for a while now, since I was like 3. They gave me a nickname. So, I just been carrying it ever since. And, like you said, I bring that juice to everything I do. So, that's why I just put it up there.
Well, looking at your videos, it definitely looks like you bring the juice. So we're excited to have you here next year. But as you're going through your summer, is there anything that you're working on in particular? Like when you talk to the coaching staff, they say, hey, we want you to try to work on this. Obviously we don't want to interfere with your high school season, but is there any kind of feedback that they gave you?
Polishing up my route running a little bit. My change out of direction, acceleration. I run a 4.5 840, but I'm still working on my speed. My blocking, I'm working on that too. So just about everything they asked me to do, I'm doing.
That's cool, man. So, I should ask this question earlier. You got a big family, small family, a lot of siblings, brothers, sisters. What's that like?
I said pretty medium-sized family. 2 older brothers, a younger sister, mom, dad. Pretty average family, not too big.
That's cool, man. So, are they all really excited? I'm guessing they're all really excited about you coming to state. But how do they feel about the idea that knowing that you're going to be playing close to home, they can drive to all the games to see you play if they really wanted to?
They're really excited about it, honestly. I am too. Being close to home, family have to drive that far to come see me play on Saturday. So, it's just great.
So I know you committed in early April. You even had CBS Sports there covering your national recruitment. Just by the way, they made me wait way too long to hear you were coming to state. They were doing all that World Cup draw information, and I'm like, just get to Javonte. Let's go. Let's find out where he's coming. How was that? Just having like a big national media presence checking you out on your signing day?
It was definitely big. I was excited, nervous, all types of feelings going through my body at the time, but really confident. Everybody knew I was going probably. So I was ready to get over it. Once I did, it was set.
Big relief off your shoulders, huh?
Weight off.
Now you can just go play ball, right? That's what's important.
That's cool, man. So, I'm curious. So you obviously being rated the way you are, as highly as you rated you are. Did you go to a lot of camps? I know obviously you went to NC State, but you had a lot of really big offers, really good offers. And I'm just kind of going through the list here. Just look, yeah, I know. I think the top 2. Who are they for you? Who finished like at the top 1 or 2 besides NC State for you?
Louisville and Maryland.
Okay, so those are 2 obviously really great football programs. But you had offers from I think you had. Did you have an offer from Georgia? And it's at least on 24/7 it says Georgia, Duke, Boston College, even ECU. Those are really nice programs, man. So did you camp at a lot of these schools, or did you more than NC State? What would that look like this for you?
When I went to camps, I only went to two. That was my junior year. Going to my junior year, I went to UNC and Clemson, and Wake Forest, and that
Yeah,
was it. And then I just started playing ball from there. And then this year, I went to state. I mean, just strictly state, really. So
yeah,
that's
that's cool. So then, with that, the camps did obviously you ended up committing to state, but did it? What made NC State stand out for you? I guess is the question.
I mean, the family environment from the players to coaches, and even the fans at that. I mean, it made me feel like I was at home. No other school really made me feel like that. So I took that into play in my recruitment. And then once I went on the visit a couple of times, see them beat Clemson, not on a big powerhouse school. So, I mean, that really caught my eye too. And then Coach Dorian been there for 10 years, going to be for 6 more. I mean, that caught my eye too. I put that in my play
Mm,
too. So
that's a great point. Yeah,
I mean, I just been looking
yeah.
at all that, and then knowing how they can use me in different formations, mismatches, different formations, in tight, out wide, in the slot. I thought that could really fit me very well. So I mean, that played a part of my decision.
So obviously you're known as a receiving tight end. Are people sleeping on your
No,
blocking?
they're not. I have great blocking skills. I won't say great actually, but I have good blocking skills. Still needs improvement, but I have pretty good blocking skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you're a big guy, so I mean I think you'll be able to manhandle some of those smaller corners or maybe the occasional linebacker. But also I see you got a Bass Pro Shop hat on your head there. Is that a hobby of yours, fishing, or like you live out on the coast? Is that a hobby, or what other kind of hobbies maybe do
Fishing
you
is
have?
definitely one of them. And then ATV riding, hunting, stuff like that. I mean, I love all this type of stuff like that.
Good country stuff, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I,
yeah. So okay, so fishing. What kind of fish do you like to catch, and what do you like to eat? Because
Honestly,
I know you're
I
eating them.
ain't too big into fishing. I mean, whatever fish I catch, I just catch. Honestly,
Okay,
so
I hear you. I
that's
hear you.
okay. Yeah,
that's
you just enjoy it, right?
It's the trigger of, man, I got something on the line. It gets the adrenaline going. I hear you.
Before we continue, we want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flatlands Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flatlands Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flatlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
It's like another form of competing, right? Like you just want to. It's just one of those fun things. Just like, oh, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's bring it in. Cool. What do you got? You got something else
No,
over there making?
I'm thinking because I know Coach Doran likes to fish, and a lot of the coaches like fishing. And you mentioned all of the ATV ride, and I rode dirt bikes growing up in four wheelers too, and I love going fishing. But NC State obviously has that kind of down to earth. I talk about having that blue collar culture. Can you talk a little bit about how that appealed to you? Because it seems like your interests are very similar to, at least I don't know what all the coaches like doing, but at least know Coach Doran likes fishing. So can you talk about how the culture at NC State appealed to you?
I mean, it
You mentioned family too. I should say that. You mentioned family too, so I should say that.
Yeah, it fit me well actually. I realized they do a lot of stuff I do too. Once I went there, they went bowling like maybe 2 weeks ago. That's stuff I do too. I like to go bowling too. In my free,
Yeah.
I mean, they just do a lot of fun stuff that I do too. So I mean, that just fit me. It just fit me very well.
Yeah, and so I'm thinking too about fit. You mentioned we're talking about the word fit, and State has really done well, I think, lately at having the tight end role be a very valuable part of their offense. You look at guys on the team now like Trent Penix, who's kind of like that H back tight end role. He's kind of developed into more of the H back kind of role. But then um, you
Yeah,
got
Toodle.
Toodle, right, who's played like more of a true tight end position. And even before then, Kerry Angeline, who's now, I know he's on the NFL, but with the USFL, and they just won their championship thing. And even going all the way back to Jalen Samuels, that was not too long ago. And can you talk a little bit about how that appealed to you, your fit in the offensive scheme that State likes to run?
So yeah, during the recruitment before I even committed, I was watching Jalen Samuels highlights, just everybody's highlights that was tight in that state, and see how they was used. And I was like, I mean, they put me at that position and used me the way they was used, and it's gonna be a nightmare, honestly. So
I agree.
that all took a play.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So obviously you spent a little time on campus. Is there something on the campus that just like you've already kind of been drawn into? Like you're like, oh, I can see myself spending a lot of time here, in between practices or classes.
Actually, I'd just say maybe the facility or the indoor facility. Weight
Yeah,
room is very nice. I've been there a lot. I mean, the nutrition, I seen that over there. So, I mean, that's where I mostly been at when I go there. Is either in the indoor facility or in where the weight room is and the nutrition bar. So,
that's cool, man. So, I'm kind of thinking, are you an early enrollee? Do you want to stay through your whole senior season? What's that look like for
I
you?
am definitely early enrolling, so I can play in the spring game. So that's definitely a move.
Okay, cool. And I didn't even ask this earlier, and I should have. But what are your goals going into your senior season for Havelock?
I'm looking to break that North Carolina receiving record. Basically double my numbers from last year to break that record, which shouldn't be that hard, as long as I play my game. Win the state title is really the big goal in all of this, though. But that's about it.
That's cool, man. Got Greg.
Man, there's like all things like we could talk about, right? So what kind of went into your decision for the early enrollee? Because I mean, you do get to miss out on some of your high school stuff, right? So obviously, you're definitely all in on football. But just talk a little bit. Like, was it a tough decision to be an early enrollee, or you were just like, no, I want
I
to
knew
get in
from
and
the
get
jump I
going?
was gonna really enroll, no matter what college I went to. But once I figured I was really staying, I was just like, yeah, I'm early enroll. I also do play basketball, baseball, and track. So I was just, I mean, I'm good in those, but it's not really my main focus. So I just decided to enroll early.
Yeah.
And you talk about family. How much did they play in your decision to pick a college? Were they involved? Or they kind of just hands off and let you just make your own decisions? Talk us a little through about that
Honestly, my
process.
brothers and my mom was really involved, especially my mom. I mean, she really took me to every campus that I went to. So, I mean, she helped me break down the pros and the cons of the colleges and the whole process. So, I mean, she really played a big part in the process.
That's cool, man. So I got a couple of last
That's
questions for you here before we end this interview, which I've really been thankful for the time. So obviously you're committed, but there's a whole lot of guys that state wants to join this class that aren't committed. And do you view yourself as like a recruiter for NC State? I feel like to some degree, yeah, but I've seen you pretty vocal on Twitter, man, and social media. You've been really messaging these guys. Can you talk about some of the guys for the fans who don't really know who they are, about who you're looking at, and yeah, anything like that?
Well, we're looking at a lot of guys. Chris Peel, the cornerback, picking up some heat on him. Linebacker from Miami, we're picking up some heat on him. So there's a lot of other players too. Receivers, Nathan Leacock, we picking up heat on. So I mean, we should be expecting something soon. Nathan also commits on the 22nd, I think it is, and
Pretty
so
soon. Yep,
we'll,
Friday.
we'll see where he's going. So
That'd be cool, man. Yeah. So I think by the time this interview comes out, we'll know. But hopefully it's NC State. And but that's really cool. So I just think it's awesome seeing guys like you, Isaiah Shirley, Brandon Sisse, just really going after some of these guys in a I say going after just friendly in a way, telling them, hey, we need you to come to state. That's cool, man. But then the last thing I have was, obviously, you've seen state fans how passionate they are at the games. You've seen them on social media, and they're the ones who are going to be watching this interview. So you got a message for them going into the future, what they can expect from you?
Honestly, I want to come in and win a championship. Just turn the program around. The program is already turning around, but I want to help it reach its highest point. So I'm gonna come in and do everything I can possibly to help that happen and win a championship.
That's awesome, man.
And I got
You
two
okay?
more, so and then we'll end on those. So speaking, we'll stick with the fans. Have you actually been to a game at Carter Finley? On a game day. And if so, tell me kind of what you saw, what impressed you, what got you
Uh,
hyped.
honestly, I went to the Clemson game versus Clemson at home.
you
First game
you
I
picked
ever
a
went
good
to
one.
at NC State, and it was a good one. This didn't disappoint. The fans, the whole game were energetic. I mean, Chance was got me hyped a little bit. Had me jumping out my seat. The players, everything about the stadium, how loud it got. how the fans never got quiet. I mean, they never backed down from the Clemson fans because, I mean, it just kept going the whole game. And, I mean, the way they was going after Clemson and the team was going after Clemson, it made it feel like everybody in the stadium was really together for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the loudest ones I've been to myself. But and then the last one we talked about, your fellow commits in the class of 23. Is there one in particular that you've really connected with, that you've already gotten a tight bond, and you guys are that you guys are
Definitely will
boys
be
now?
Lex and Tamarcus. Me, Brandon, Isaiah, we all still building that bond. Damon, the safety, if I said his name right. Also building the
Yeah.
bond, but me, Lex, and Tamarcus really built that bond. I was just with them this past weekend. And, I mean, the bond is
Bro, I'm just going to tell you right now, all those social media posts of seeing Lex and all the other guys, y'all together, even guys that aren't necessarily committed to state right now, I'm just going to tell you right now, NC State fans are losing their mind on social media at the idea of all of y'all coming to state. So that's really exciting. Even I'm glad y'all are friends, though. Having good friends like that who are all blessed to be able to go and play at school is an opportunity to do that. That's really cool. I mean, just seeing that is really fun.
yes, sir.
But yeah, man. But hey, we're really excited to have gotten you on the show, Javonte. And I'm really excited about, man. You mentioned earlier about seeing the guys, seeing you on mismatch on some of these defensive players with your size and athletic ability. I think you may be the guy so far in the class that I'm most excited about seeing coming to state, just because of what I've seen you do so far. So I think NC State fans are going to be just as excited, and we're really looking forward to what your future holds. But that's going to wrap up this interview, guys. I really appreciate everybody tuning in this episode and subscribing to our channel. Be sure to share this video, and we really are looking forward to what Javonte has in store and the rest of the NC State recruiting class. So thank y'all so much, and go Pack.